My name's Chef John Besh, and my book is My New Orleans, the Cookbook. My New Orleans has been a work of about 5 years of my life, at least. It started years ago, prior to Hurricane Katrina, where I created memoirs of my childhood growing up in the shadows of New Orleans. I had always wanted to create a book like this that told the story, my childhood story, of the months of my year. Prior to Hurricane Katrina, we had about 160 employees between Restaurant August and Besh Steak. 2 weeks later, when we went about reopening, we had about 4 employees. Hurricane Katrina changed everything in all of our lives in and around New Orleans. By the threat of losing this culture, I think a lot of us, me in particular, felt that we needed to step up to the plate and do something. Hurricane Katrina really gave me a sense of stewardship as it pertains to being a chef in New Orleans, and that we have these certain traditions, and it's my job to really see that they're carried on. And it's my job to stay focused on this great cuisine. Years ago as a group, we all committed ourselves to supporting local farmers, procuring whatever we could from our area and just being responsible. This sounds well and good, but it wasn't until Hurricane Katrina I realized what an impact we could truly make in our own neighborhood. These eggs are great because the chickens eat a great diet. They get their calcium from the oyster shells that we grind up. They are fed carrot peelings, beet tops. There's no substitute for a good egg. As a restaurant group now, we spend over $6 million a year just in groceries. Now imagine if I could do that in my own hometown. Imagine, would we have butchers again? Would we revive some of our farmers markets? And imagine if other restaurants and other groups of restaurants started doing the same thing. Then we could have an enormous impact. I think the last thing I wanted to do was create a chefy cookbook. I want this cookbook to be used. It's certainly a reflection of where I come from, but everybody comes from somewhere. And you can use whatever you have from somewhere and make something that's very rich. I always considered gumbo to be the Jesse tree of New Orleans cooking. Every culture that came here and that has settled here and continues to settle here leaves its mark or makes an impact on our gumbo, leaves an ingredient in that gumbo. What I want to do is just use a whisk and whisk in the flour. You see how that's just almost frying in the pan. My general rule is 1 onion, 1 stalk celery, 1 bell pepper. The holy trinity of Louisiana cooking. Woo, this is gonna be good. And then goes my chicken, right into the roux. And now, I'm gonna add some sausages. These are just some smoked sausage, along with a little garlic. Some of those bell peppers. I still like a lot of celery. And we just want to keep stirring that. Do you see how that roux is just coating everything? Now we'll add a little bit of stock. This cookbook is a very user-friendly cookbook because it tries to get to the essence, to the heart of what the food's all about. And if you get that, then just use the recipe as a guide. That's quick and dirty chicken and sausage gumbo. Can't beat it.